What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You saw the thumbnail. You know we are talking about George's newest release. We've got the fourth Seraphim, called Seraphim Khus, his Vetiver fragrance. I know a lot of you have been waiting for a Vetiver-based fragrance to come out. Have no fear. That is finally here. It's Parfum Extrait. And yeah, so while I'm not the biggest Vetiver guy, I trust Claude and George to come with something serious, and smooth is the word here. We'll dive into it a little bit deeper here in just a bit, but yep, it's it's something you could replace Royale X with or Signature Pour Homme with. If you have a refined taste and are looking for a daily signature, this might be what you're looking for. Stay tuned. So before we dive into my thoughts, a few things that we have to cover. Yes, George is my best friend. Of course, I want to see him do well. There's a natural bias here. But I always give my true thoughts on everything. I'm part of the testing process from the start. If you've watched my reviews before, you've heard me say these things because some people have delusions. I do have to say these things, and others are like, oh, you don't have to say that. Yes, I do. And it's all fair. So I do like to give these disclaimers. Now, with that said, nobody's holding your wallet hostage or forcing you to do anything. So any decisions you make with your money as a responsible financially responsible adult is up to you. I am not your financial advisor, as my man EQ likes to say. But this is a weekend only pre-sale. He does have a heavier discount than usual as a small thank you for the support that we got for the Zet Creators project because it was so wildly successful and so quick. So instead of the $10 off plus 10% off, it's $20 off plus the 10% off by using my link. So the 60 ml is going for $135. The retail is $155. Plus you can save 10%. So you can save $33.50 during this pre-sale by using my link. And for the 4 ounce, you can save $37.50 by using my link during this pre-sale because it's $175 instead of $195 plus another 10%. So I figured I'd let you guys know it's a weekend only pre-sale. Samples will be available and pre-sale product will be shipping out on Monday. At the recording and releasing of this video, it is Saturday. Did a surprise pre-sale launch last night on a live stream with George, and this is the following review. I know this is a long disclaimer, but I want to give you all the information that I can so you'll be well informed to make your own decision with your own money. If you want to wait to sample, wait to sample. But if you want to get it at the best price that literally he ever does, it's the best pre-sale price I think he's ever done. You've got 2 more days as of the releasing of this video, because Monday morning it will go to retail price. Obviously the 10% off will still work at that point. But let's take a look at this package and let me give you my thoughts on this fragrance so you'll be in the know. So first we got to take a look at the box. He always comes with it when it comes to the presentation. So the hieroglyphics that you will see in the backdrop, I forgot the specific type of script, but it has the Zaharoff Z's, but it actually spells out Zaharoff according to the information he gave us last night. This is a lion, whereas you had a bull with Seraphim Musk. Now, Seraphim Musk and Seraphim Khus are the earth element side of the Seraphim fragrances. So this is based around animalic musk. This is based around vetiver. So they have earthier, darker tones. Seraphim Blue and Seraphim Red were the fresher side of this set of flankers, based around eucalyptus, pink pepper, aquatics, for example. Aquatic was a main feature of it. Marine notes, eucalyptus mintiness, and so on. So with this, it's earthier tones, and the color actually matches really, really well. I mean, he always does it up. This is the 60 ml. You wrap around, you can see the back of the wings, the tail for the lion. Zaharoff Z on top. All the usual goodies are here. I forgot what this particular tree is for. He did explain it to me last night. Shame on me, I did not retain the information. Then the inside of the box, and then there are plates on the 60 ml as well as the 4 ounce 120 ml as well. So you have metal plates, you have a glossy black cap with gold painted right into the Z. This is a 25% parfum. I have spent the last 3 days with this because it has changed a little bit from the lab sample that I've had in the past. You have the golden atomizer that matches. Zaharoff Z inside the cap, and per usual clicks into place really well, and with his standard atomizer. But we got to talk about this scent. So just to let you know, for the live stream at around 6:10, I had sprayed my hand. I was wearing 6 sprays around my neck. It's still there. I since showered. I've since washed my hands twice. And the soft vanilla and sandalwood and light musk are still there because the earthy tones are the first several hours and then it starts to soften. We'll work our way to the dry down, but I just want to let you know it's still there. It's like my hand's a little dry because of it. If I get this to focus real quick, see how dry my hand is? It's still a little dry from the dry down. So when this one opens, which I'll put the notes on screen for you guys, because it's just easier. Obviously, you have the booklet that comes with it. I'll take a picture of this so we can take a look at it together. So you'll notice a different variety of peppers and such. And while it is a nice, warm, spicy opening, it's also creamy, smooth, earthy, smoky, but refined, elegant, dapper, and very handsome for being and there's a cleanliness to it for being based around earthy tones because it is a very earthy vetiver truffle combination that provides all this earthiness. Now you'll notice the Bushman candle is in here as well that is from Precious Treasure. So what's distinctive of the Bushman candle oil is there's a wax coating to the stem of the Bushman candle, and that coupled with the natural Florentine iris and the sandalwood, your other creamy notes as well. So waxy and creamy notes combining into the texturing that I can only describe, this creamy, waxy texture that I can only describe as melted candle wax, is the texture of this scent profile. And when you smell it, it will make sense. For those of you that are watching this video now and remember me saying this, you'll be like, that's what he meant. Oh, I can almost promise you that. It's something very distinctive because it's a creaminess that's not your typical. It's not like the vanilla sandalwood creaminess because there's vanilla here. And it's the same, I believe the same vanilla oil that was used in Ibere, Jordan's fragrance for the Zen Creators 3. Now, it's not loads of vanilla. It's a soft, balancing sweetness that's in the deep, deep dry down. But the same vanilla is in Tonka is here. Now, it's not a sweet fragrance by any means, but again, deep dry down, you do get a soft sweetness from the vanilla Tonka. Now, with it being iris, with there being Tonka, you would think, all right, that's going to be powdery. No, all the waxiness and those creamier notes keep it away from powdery territory. This comes across as a spicy, woody musk fragrance that's not super musky, but it's more of a, I guess, probably spicy, woody, aromatic would be the better classification because the musk is softened. Now, it doesn't smell like Seraphim musk, though it does have a similar musk, an earthier musk to it, a slightly more animalic musk that helps with the darker elements of this fragrance. But for being a darker earth tone fragrance, again, I go back to the word cleanliness. Handsome as well, and then refined. I think is refined and smooth are probably the two best words to describe the characteristics of this fragrance, because if you're looking for elegant, unique quality, depth, and complexity, but also no challenge, easy daily wear, this walks that line perfectly. That's where I think a lot of people will appreciate this vetiver fragrance because it doesn't have some of the more earthy challenges of your more regal vetiver fragrances, but it's also not some basic fresh woody vetiver that's full of citruses and fresh green notes. Don't get me wrong, I love the shit out of those. They're so easy to wear. They're great for warmer weather. Whereas this is going to dress up very, very well. This is going to be fantastic for business professionals. This is going to be great for guys that don't just wear graphic tees every day. I mean, this is what I rock to the gym. This isn't my all-the-time attire that I'm wearing currently, but after I get my content done today, I'm going to train shoulders, chest, and triceps. That's next on the agenda after the content today. So I'm dressed for the next stage of my day. Whereas tomorrow, I'll be dressed much more dapper for church and so on. Just to give you an idea, something like this, I might wear this to church tomorrow, in fact. So that's probably the best way I can describe from top to bottom, just to briefly summarize before moving to performance. It's warm, spicy, creamy, waxy, like melted candle wax. Then you dry into a soft, woody sweetness that loses some of those darker, earthy tones, and you get a soft smokiness, I would say, through about 3/4 of the scent's life, because you'll notice when we talk longevity, it's, like I mentioned already, it's no worries, okay? Even if you have nose fatigue, no worries on longevity whatsoever. I promise. Crazy longevity with this. It's got heavier oils to it, the way the scent profile is, so it acts accordingly with the note profile you see. You would think great longevity, even regardless of high concentration, which it is. You indeed get that. So warm, spicy, creamy, waxy, woody, earthy, a little smoky, soft, sweet as we get to the deep dry down. Now, as far as performance, like I said, it's 8+ hours easy in longevity. And I mean, I stopped doing the 12 plus stuff, like 2 years or so ago. Because once you get beyond 8 hours, it's a long lasting fragrance. So 8+ hours, far beyond the 8 hour mark. Projection is not overwhelming. I would not call this a monster. I think it's a less is more fragrance, though. If you go spraying too heavy, I think it'll overwhelm. I think this is a profile that needs a less is more approach because of the refinement and the elegance to this particular scent profile. And again, it's a heavier wear, so you really don't need much because the sillage on this one is in that moderate to heavy range for a majority of the life of the fragrance, especially in that first like 6 to 8 hours. The sillage is actually very heavy on this one. It'll trail, it lingers. I don't really get a lot of nose fatigue to this one personally. I know everybody experiences different levels. It's not loaded with high-grade synthetics like some other releases are, whereas this has a lot more naturals to it, and it smells accordingly. It doesn't have the high-grade synthetics. I mean, there's a few things in here that are obviously higher grade synthetics, but a lot of natural oils were used in this one, especially like Bushman Candle and such, Madagascan Vetiver, and so on. You've got some really good quality oils here, and the sillage and longevity are kind of showcased by the way these natural oils react with my particular skin chemistry. So across the board, while I wouldn't call it an obnoxious beast, I would call it bordering that beast mode territory because the longevity and the sillage match, but the projection, as long as you're moderate with sprays, isn't overwhelming. Of course, if you want to get wild with it, a couple more sprays and you'll get there. Well, that's my thoughts and feelings and my experience with Seraphim Khus, George's first true vetiver fragrance that is very much in the vein of, like, if you're a fan of the way Guerlain does vetiver, if you're a fan of the way Tom Ford does vetiver, you'll probably really like this. That's kind of the range I would class this type of vetiver fragrance. Obviously upper tier quality, and just the way the refinement is. These more dapper masculine vetivers, vetiver lovers kind of fragrances. That's where this would fall into. Again, nothing too regal and over the top, earthy, challenging, but approachable, deep and complex, and very refined. This is a very refined fragrance. While you can totally wear it with a t-shirt, it's one that begs you to dress it up a little bit more. Maybe Henley V-neck and beyond, at least something semi-casual and beyond. So gave you all the details in the beginning. There's a link down below that automatically saves 10%. If you want to check it out below, again, on Monday, 2 days after this video goes live, there will be 3 ml samples available if you want to sample first. So thank you guys for joining me in the video. Make sure to like and subscribe before you leave, and we will see you on the next one.